Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Kyle from the Tumos team here today with you. And I wanted to take the time to address something that I've seen some confusion on within the community, something that I've seen with our clients, and hopefully share my experiences, but also share some knowledge around the difference between field management and field mapping within your admin section in Marketo. So, in order to demonstrate the differences, I'll pop over into our instance right now. I'll start with the field mapping section right here as it kind of fits first in the timeline amongst the two of these sections right here. Really, the big thing with field mapping and where you're going to find the most value from is before your initial sync with your CRM. So, in the case of Atumos, we use Salesforce, and so you'll see that through here. Obviously, it may be different based upon what you see or what your integrations are within your Marketo instance. So, within field mapping, you'll be able to see all of your different Marketo fields and which fields they map to, along with what object those fields are in Salesforce in our example right here. So as you can see for acquisition date, they map to these specific fields within Salesforce, so on and so forth with the rest of the different fields down here. The big thing though is that, again, like I said, this happens first in the timeline. And so you're really only able to get value from this before your initial sync to your Salesforce instance or CRM instance. After that, any changes that are made either on the Marketo side or Salesforce side, whether it's creating new fields, updating those mappings, so on and so forth, are not reflected properly in here. And so it can kind of cause some confusion in terms of what's actually syncing, are these fields still active, so on and so forth. So just be mindful. It's expected behavior if you see something that you're not expecting within here. But really, you're going to find a lot of the value before that initial sync and only able to update those mappings in the field mapping section here before that initial sync to your CRM. So very valuable at the beginning. And then after that initial sync is when we'll transition over to field management and where you're going to find a lot of value from, where I find a lot of valuable time from with my clients as well. So let's pop over into a field that we have here called job title. So we can see, again, a lot of different information. We're able to see the type, API name, list import alias, what fields or what columns that you look for within the list import. Your CRM field maps, this is where you will be able to see at an accurate level what fields are syncing with which fields in your CRM right here, along with the various objects in that CRM. So very valuable information. You're also able to see whether it's blocking updates from a particular source, and you're able to update that within field actions right here. Revenue Explorer Sync, if you want to be able to do reporting on that field within Marketo and Revenue Explorer Sync in particular, you're able to enable that here. HTML and code tokens in emails, get that information. Mark the field as sensitive. I personally haven't used this functionality before, but then again, I can understand the value of it if you don't want that to be enabled within pre-fill, or have that as a pre-fill option within landing pages in Marketo. And then where I find a lot of value from is fields used by. So you're able to see where the field is used by across your instance, whether that's smart campaigns, segmentations, lists, emails. The list is endless right here. And so as you can see, we use it a lot of different spaces. This is great for when you're auditing their various fields and workflows to understand what really needs to be used and can it be repurposed? Do we need to deprecate it? Making those tough decisions right there. You're also able to do a lot of different actions as I alluded to. You're able to export the information, change various components or settings of each field, so on and so forth. So definitely give this a look right here. I always add descriptions for my fields, as you can see, it gives you the options to do so as well. And so again, a lot of the time spent in Marketo is going to be after your initial sync, and therefore you're going to find most of the value from this field management here. So quick summary, field mapping is before your initial sync. You'd be able to update the mappings in there, do what you need to do. After that, I would consider it obsolete. And then therefore move over to field management where you're able to make the necessary changes, look at all your information, and truly understand what the field is being used for, why it's being used, and make any changes that you need to as well. So I hope this provides some clarification. It's kind of a confusing thing because I know they are similar, appear similar on the surface, but then again are very different and need to be used at various different times within your Marketo journey. So thanks again for your time, and thanks for letting me share some knowledge on you with y'all.